Why are you not ready? You were supposed to be ready half an hour ago. We are late. We are always late because of you. Because you cannot wake up. Because you can't be on time. And why do I have to get blamed because of you? We were supposed to be there already. When are you going to stop to act as a kid? Why can't you be like other kids on time? You are always late. Oh, every time. That was my dad. And that's still my dad. But that's my inner dad now. And I will explain. And as a disclaimer, this story will not be shared in order to place my dad in a bad image or something like that, because that's not the case. But I'm sharing the story in order to give background and be more comprehensible. So what happened today is that me and some friends, we decided we are going to go for a bike ride, but we have not decided the time and like what exact time we'll actually leave. So what happened is that we had delays, each one has delayed, then we finally got together, which was already like above the given time, and then some wanted to eat, and all of a sudden we were exponentially postponing the decided time. I started to like get a lot, and I started to get nervous, I started to get agitated, I started to get really feel like under pressure, and this happens to me very often. I got so used to it that it was like part of myself, right? But today, for some reason, as I was waiting at the restaurant for one of the foods to arrive, I felt a voice inside that told me to stay with the emotion and see what the emotion has to share with me. And I placed my hand on my heart in order to connect better with my body, in order to feel the emotion. And something interesting happened. And I'm so surprised that I have not thought of this earlier, because I've been staying and I've been feeling other emotions like pain, suffering, and other emotions. But for some reason, I have not stayed with this exact emotion. And as soon as I connected with this emotion, I've seen this scene that you just witnessed with my dad, in a way, criticizing me for being late. And I was just observing and letting the whole story to unfold. And at some point, after I let that inner dad to criticize me, I felt to like stand up while I was still inside the feeling the emotion. And I felt like the child that was criticized at that time stood up with the power that present Todo has. Because at that time, when he was a kid, he did not have the courage, and his power was taken away by the parent in order to reply back, right? And what I did, the inner child stood up and he was like, you know what? I am not going anywhere. You are going by yourself, because you have not asked me, and this is talking me to my dad, my inner dad, you have not asked me if I want to go. Because my answer is, I don't want to go. Wherever you want to go, I don't want to go. I don't like this pressure, and I don't want you to put this pressure on me because you are stressed, because this and that, because you are putting the responsibility onto me. You are not late because of me. You are late because of you. And I felt like the inner child was getting his power back, his voice back. And as I was calmly setting my boundary towards my inner dad, I saw my dad going in a bigger tantrum, but this way, he was not daring to perhaps slap me or something. He just put up a tantrum in my visual process, and he was so pissed. This game was not working anymore. And I just had the realization that all this time I was reacting like the child Todo, because someone put pressure on him and now he was acting under pressure. But I grew up and I was carrying with me this criticized, this voice, this pressure, which was not observed. And I was acting the same with other people. I was putting the same pressure on other people. And especially with members of my family, I would also get into verbal fights because I had this pressure. So basically, what I was doing, I was just repeating the same pattern. And even though it was kind of like obviously that I do it, I just did not know what to do with it. And as I'm sharing this story, as soon as I stood up to this voice, I felt so much calmer. I still felt agitated, but a lot less. And I realized that wow, I made such a big improvement today, because today I finally decided to stay with that emotion and see where it comes from and see what it has to tell me. And with that, I want to conclude that based on what I'm reading now, we do have a mom's voice, we do have a dad voice, we do have other family members' voices or other authority figures within us that have not stopped to criticize us, to tell us what to do. And until we don't sit with those voices, emotions, we might keep repeating certain patterns that we don't want to repeat. I cannot say that I have learned my pattern or I have changed the pattern just like that by just observing it. But I am definitely sure that next time it would happen, I would know where it comes from and I'll be able to manage the emotion in a different way. And that's a big win. Oh wow, that's so cool. That it is a big win.